All right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to season 6 of the
Six.
Past League Randomizer. We have the Spec Bonkers versus the CrossKeese, Nielsen Alex and Telmoran versus Sinhei and Top Life. My name is Tracy M. With me today is Bryce Ceratops. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Tracy. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Good to see season 6 off and running, and let's see. We figured out Spec Bunkers won the first race. We'll see if the Cross can bring it back and come out with a 1-1 record.
Yes, this is a game 2. It is a co-op mode, which means that our runners on each team are going to be in communication throughout the race. So early on, we're probably going to be some big divergence here. You get a vanilla lamp, so that's good to find.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. It's one of 3 places a lamp could be, of course, but that's the one that you'd find casually, most likely. But yeah, and thank you to our runners for having the top 2 runners do the same start and the bottom 2 runners do the same start. As we see Nielsen, Alex, and Sinhei going ahead and checking out the uncle, while Telmer and Top Life are going to go ahead and do the Sank start and do, probably get to Kakariko from the north. There's some money for
small. I was going to say small divergence. We get to see some money, and it looked like Ether on Uncle as well. We're getting our Lumberjack on CrossKeese side, and it is just a piece of heart.
Still good information to know, even though we will have to kill Aga, as this is all dungeons.
Yeah, we'll have to kill Aga. Probably not going to go in that cave again.
No, not for a piece of heart. All right. Oh, okay. We are going... Okay, with this money, yeah, both runners on the top thinking the same thing. I have money, I can buy bombs, and so I can do bomb checks. Which could mean mini Moldorm Cave, could mean heading over to Eastern and doing Saha. Also, Nielsen Alex going ahead and dropping down and checking Lake Hylia Island. I didn't see what was there, but...
you got another check now, and
there it is, just bombs. Yeah, it's exactly what you would like to be able to pick up now, but by the time you can pick that up, you're definitely not going to need those bombs.
Yeah, or you could have dropped down in the thieves' den and got some bombs there, like we saw on the bottom side of the screen.
Yeah, Top Left going to be the first of our runners to get over to Kakariko. Meanwhile, yeah, both top runners look like they're going to head over to South Shore, which I like that. Let your partner do all the Kakariko stuff, and yeah, you come back and get the things that you need later.
Yeah, I've been enjoying the watching the beginning of these races this week, because you get to see a lot of divide and conquer. You get to see a lot of the game early on, for sure.
Okay, blind set, not a lot so far. Bombs, like those, they want to buy bombs, 50 rupees.
Yeah, this is the bombs and money game so far. Holy smokes.
Quake and medallions.
and a shovel.
Ew.
Yeah. But so far, nothing really that helpful.
Yeah, and the medallions are rough because you don't even know whether your partner needs to go get them for a long time. Get some bomb mini Moldorm Cave. Both our runners are going to have 9 bombs to do this, which is more than enough. I would say the hardest one is getting that first one, and once you got that, you've got plenty of space to move around. Alright, so our first look at Mini Moldorm Cave is going to give us 50 rupees. A sword, we want that. Piece of heart. A shield. Debatable whether we want that or not.
Yeah, sword and shield, your standard fighter kit.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Not sure if we have any hardcore shield haters on these teams, so...
I don't know. We'll put that question in the chat. Chat, what do you think about the shield?
Yeah, really nothing in the well. That's a pretty dry well, I'd say. And we are going to get a little extra money for Telmaran, letting that good bee go by the bottle vendor. Did he actually get the bottle vendor item?
Yes, I think it was a piece of heart. It went by
Okay.
quickly though.
Yeah. Ice Rod Cave with just piece of... Wow, where's all the progress? We have a sword, or we have a lamp already. So this could be an Agaseed for Dark World. Right, we're going. But not a big deal if it is, because we're going to have to kill Aga anyway. It just means we do it sooner rather than later, which frankly is more interesting. Nielsen Alex going to head over to do the rest of the castle stuff. Is this... This is looking like it could just be a cack skip seat. I don't think I've ever seen one where you really could... Like, our runners on top might just never need to go to Kakariko at the rate this is going.
Yeah, well, once we see Magic Bat or the Smith, we can make that decision for sure. But
Well, that's
a
village
pretty...
outcast, though.
Well, when the Smith gets back to his house.
Oh,
But yeah, what a empty city.
Yeah, this is crazy. Okay, we will have to come back to the library for those slippers at some point. That's the closest thing to a cack item we have found. Although this shovel could be a thing. We'll see if the shovel is. Looks like Top Life just did it. And I'm guessing it was a boomerang. Oh, somebody got boots, according to chat. Where was that? Unless you're referring to the fact that we need them to get our flippers. Alright, so we do have a little divergence on the top right now. We have Nielsen Alex heading into Escape. We have Sine going into Eastern Palace. The hope is, if you're Nielsen Alex, is you find something like a bow to be able to do more, maybe finish Eastern. The lamp could also be pointing to Eastern Big Key Chest. That is now in logic with that lamp. Oh, we're gonna use the frozen guard strats with ether.
Love
Let's
it.
go.
Love it. 10 out of 10.
Don't see that every day. You see with the ice rod every once in a while, but with the ether, no, I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that with ether. Nothing in the front of Escape.
We're gonna take a quick death and then go check the back.
Hey, there we go. Mirror in Eastern. Which opens exactly nothing right now, because we can't get to the mountain to use it without a glove.
Or flute. Could see
No,
flute.
yeah. Or a flute. Flute would also give us mountain access without the glove. Alright, Top Left just gonna pick up the sword and Mini Moldworm. So the nice thing for Sine with that mirror is when he does the castle checks, he will just won't have to worry about death warps, which is nice. We will not be able to get to the back of Escape here for Nielsen Alex unless the small key is here. Alright, Talmaran is going to do the Eastern Palace checks for Spec Rock Bonkers.
Yep, and Top Life is gonna visit an old man in the desert.
Yeah, I mean, we're running out of places where things could be. This could be a thing. Also, I'm very curious what's in this big key chest since the lamp hat decided to show up. And we did get the small key at Dark Cross, so we will get to see the back. Also very curious what's going to end up there.
Yet another piece of heart. Oof.
Oh,
Oof.
okay, big key in the big key chest. How boring. Could be something in the big chest now. Mirror for Telmaran. And just money in the big chest. So, oh, hey, Moon Pearl. That's important in the back. And
Oh.
it's the Aga starter kit.
It's a shame. Shame you didn't have that mirror.
Yeah. I mean, could go get it or could go straight to Aga.
I think Nielsen is reading the seed.
Yeah, I mean, you have to do it anyway. It's going to get you Dark World access. I think in this scenario, I mean, I might just do it anyway, even if this wasn't all dungeons. But with it being all dungeon, I think it's a very easy call to just do Aga here. Because we really don't have... We have basically nothing we can do once we get post-Aga. We have the Pyramid Ledge, and we have a potentially Bowlock pod. So yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, I mean, the seed is going to funnel you into a progression item in that case really quickly, right?
Yeah, we are running out of things to do, so you know, your partners in Eastern Palace, if you want to, you're gonna go to, you know, Nielsen Alex is gonna go to pod because that's all he has once he finishes this, but then can mirror and get the... Oh no, can't mirror because the mirror's in Eastern. Oh, how rude game. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Now, Top Life is going to go get the uncle stuff and then probably do the rest of the escape. Because at this point, I think our runners have a pretty good idea what's going on. And, you know, 4-heart Aga, not the easiest thing in the world to have to do. Yeah.
Oh, it might be a 1.5 heart egg. You got to be careful here.
Yeah, 4-heart max, 1.5 current. So yeah, definitely need to be careful. Fortunately, the Aga fight itself is pretty easy. I don't want to jinx anybody because we've seen it's not like no one's ever died at Aga 1. These red guards, you know, are particularly nasty, and then there's a couple of heart pots that he can grab here. Probably gonna grab this one right here. Maybe not grab. Oh,
hopefully,
God. Maybe does grab the other one if he knows which pot it is. Yeah, he wants the second heart. I don't blame him.
That got a little spicy there.
Yeah, and Nielsen Alex playing it super safe with the just using ether to just freeze the guards there. I was hoping for a better stun price. 5 arrows, not the greatest stun price ever. Until you're in GT and you need arrows, and then, you know, maybe it's good. There's Top Life getting his Boon Pearl in his sword. We'll just be able to mirror to the top. So on the right side, we're gonna see our runners in Castle Tower simultaneously. Telmoran a little bit behind. Needs to get a Master Sword over here. And shoutouts to Crown Ether. First time tracking on a 4-way race. Doing a great job so far. Not an easy thing to do. And I always say our trackers are our MVPs because they're so important. Now we see a blue cane over on the desert ledge.
Yeah, nice to have item. Definitely, probably wouldn't go out of your way to pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for Spike Cave, and, you know, and as a note, since we're not using the fast ROM, the blue cane on the fast ROM is more useful because, you know, if you want to do a Ganon fight with the blue cane, there's no more lag anymore. Glove on the ledge. Okay, so now we have Catfish as well as Pod.
Well, yes. Yeah, I mean, now's the time to do it, right? With that mirror as well for everyone but Nelson.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually unfortunate for Nielsen Alex that he doesn't have that mirror yet because
Yeah.
the save and quit to the pyramid, which is really annoying in a lot of situations, right now is really good because you just do catfish, save and quit, and you're right there, and you can just go to pod. But no mirror means he can't do that. But I like this choice of his to go ahead and do catfish now because Telmoran's going to go do Aga, and he's going to know whether he needs to do this catfish check or not, or whether he needs to go straight to pod. Whereas Nielsen Alex probably going to see that glove gets you mountain access. I'd grab the mirror first. He could go to the mountain and do Hera.
Yeah, you see, I'm not crazy about this play of checking catfish right now because Helmera could could have mirrored and roped in the Zora checks at the same time.
That's true.
If it was me, I would have gone straight to pod and had Talmira do the north area. But then again, there's a reason why I'm not the one running the race, right? Who knows?
All right. We're going to see almost simultaneous Aga fights on the right side here. But yeah, looks like there was nothing on Catfish. So now it's going to go ahead and get that mirror now. I imagine on CrossKeese side, Cine and Top Life will split up Catfish versus Pod, or maybe one of them decides to go to the mountain with that glove.
Yeah, it's only the. I'm trying to think of what's accessible in the mountain. It's only kind of the left side of the mountain, I believe, right?
We can do Hera, and you have to do Hera.
Yeah.
So like one of them can do Hera, and the other one, if there's nothing there, the other one can just wait and do it at the end with the hook shot and Hera pot. And yeah, we're gonna see Pod and Catfish at the same time over here on CrossKeese side. Which could still send Cine up to the mountain. Looks like Nielsen Alex is headed towards the mountain as well. I think has the mirror now. Yeah, but everybody's got their moon pearls. Like, so far this siege is kind of not giving a lot. This is, I mean, in some ways, this ends up being a pretty good seed for a co-op race, just because no one's gonna in a 1v1 is likely to skip Kakariko, especially given how sparse the items have been in general. But in co-op, there's a lot of Kakariko that our runners are able to skip the ones that didn't go there in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, this game is funneling us into a very specific first play.
Yep. And nothing on Zora for Tina. Unfortunately, we don't have the items to Splash Delete to do the Waterfall Fairy. So we won't see that quite yet. Okay, Spec Rock Cave with money. Not gonna go pick that up. Probably gonna grab that heart container. It's pretty free. And at 4 hearts, you're that little extra health, not bad. Okay, we have pendants at Pod and Turtle Rock. I did not see where green pendant was.
Sorry, I was watching Top Life's work his way through pod here. I missed it as well, but I'm sure chat caught it. We got a bug net.
Oh, here is green
And
pen. It looked blue to me, but I mean, we have a very bad like the when we're trying to watch four people on the restream, it's a little tougher. So that's why that's what chat's here for. So okay. Oh, boots. Did we see where were those boots? We have boots.
it must be in Hera. Yep.
Yeah, it must have been in the Hera basement. And unfortunately, we don't have a hook shot, so we can't do Hera pot. See, they taking a death on the mountain, but looks like he had just rescued the old man, so won't be going very far back. So our other runners are probably gonna want to get those boots, but if there's nothing, if the other item in Hera isn't useful, you probably still wait to finish the dungeon for a while.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a value proposition here for sure.
I mean, you
Collecting the
wait. Well,
the
here's the
longer you
thing.
wait with the boots, the slower you're walking, right?
Yeah, so you want to get. I mean, you can get the boots and not do the rest of Hera, and just come back with the hook shot later because you don't want to be doing the tile room if you don't have to.
No, and you're gonna get the old man warp anyways,
Yep.
so guess to get that unlocked, you have to go to the mountain early. I think Top Life is running out of places to check in pod without their hammer.
Now it's the bow that's really missing. I
Well,
don't know.
the bow is also going to be important too.
Yeah, the hammer only blocks the Helmosaur. We can do everything else. Right now, unless he's filled that bottle, I'm pretty certain he hasn't. He'd have to do a straight up mimic clip. It's possible it's not in his skill set, so.
No, but that fire rod is definitely going to be.
Yeah, I definitely want that fire rod.
Yes, so. And the hammer.
Hammer. Okay, well, if we had a bow, we could finish, but we don't, so. It looks like I have not seen anyone go nuts in chat, so I'm guessing we have not found the second item in Hera, or it's nothing. Oh.
Ooh. Oof.
The hammer is bow locked. Oh, great. I haven't seen the small. I didn't follow all the small keys there, so. Maybe we'll find a bow in Hera.
I think, and I could be mistaken too, we didn't see the big key in pod either.
No, we didn't. So it's probably big key, small key on the right side.
Nothing on Molderm has $20. So
Okay.
I think that's all our items in Hera.
Yeah, so this works out really well for Cine and Top Life because Top Life will just go get the boots and can continue to the eastern part of Death Mountain. The Spec Rock Bonkers really don't have that option until one of them goes into pod. So one of them, yeah, but they're both going to go ahead and get those boots, which makes sense. And Nielsen now is going to go ahead and follow them immediately. Okay, so not bow locked. Okay, yeah. Oh, is it bow locked? Okay, so yeah, if it's small key, big key on the right side of pod, then it's definitely not bow locked. And the nice thing is, I mean, if the item's in the big chest, you might not get it for a while. But the nice thing is, you do have the option of just going through the right side, grab your big key and small key, and just go to the back from there.
Okay, so that's Moldarm down on Cine's side.
Alex just going ahead down there just to get $20. Maybe headed to Zora next.
Oh, he's gonna get his flippers first.
That totally makes sense. Yeah, Top Life continue to do South Dark World. Makes sense with that hammer. And oh, it doesn't have boots yet, so can't pick up the flippers even though he's right there. Interesting, Telmoran getting a blue potion. So that indicates to me just wanted the blue potion. If you're gonna go to pod to try and sequence break, I would have bought a green. Why spend the? I mean, you got a ton of rupees, so I guess you don't have to. But
no, we did find our ice rod as well on was it Bonk Rocks, I think. So one last
ice rod, yeah, and bonk rocks.
Yeah, that's always nice to find early. There's nothing worse than a nice rod hunt.
Oh, yeah, absolutely the worst. And with Turtle Rock a pendant, the ice rod could have been in GT. Glad to get that out of the way now. GT does not have our ice rod. All right, we're gonna get more info on the flippers checks over here on Nielsen Alex's side. A bottle and money. And we're gonna throw that bottle straight into there and get a B. Because why would it give us anything else? All right, Top Left. Gonna go ahead and get those boots, and I think we're gonna see East Death Mountain. Avoids the heart container, even though you're only on 6 hearts. A little surprised about that, because in co-op you tend to not get as many hearts in general, because you're gonna skip all those places that aren't on path that your partner's already seen.
Yeah, that was an issue in an earlier co-op this week where I think one of the runners had like 14 hearts, and the other ones had 6.
Yeah, I mean that happens. That happens.
Yeah.
So the almost free heart that's just sitting there on Spec Rock, I would just go for it. Okay, I'm not sure why he dropped down there. Maybe he wants the heart after all. Yeah, does go ahead and pick up the heart. Did only pick up the boots in Hera. There's really no reason to beat it now because you can just hookshot Hera pot later and do it much quicker because we know there's nothing at the top.
Yeah, we'll see it right before Ganon's tower.
Yep. We got the floating island check I didn't quite see.
Tamara giving us some good cheese with bolus strats.
$20 on the island, according to chat. Thank you. We'll never be picking that up. Cine is going to get the hammer and the fire rod over here. Let's see if he chooses to. He might be the limit clipper of the pair, or maybe they just don't bother.
Okay, our flute is in Paradox Cave. So
Nice.
Nice find.
Okay, so yeah, runner's gonna have to go back and get that. we will need a flute today, because all dungeons means we will be doing Misery Mire. Tried asking where you go next. I like Thieves Town and Skullwoods. You know, you gotta do them both. You have the hammers. You're not leaving anything behind in Thieves Town. You could, you know, maybe even split it up a little bit.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Absolutely. You have the hammer with the fire rod. Would have been nice to have the book as well, just to rule out pod, but other than that, or not pod, the pendant check.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, 2 full clearable dungeons right there.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, classic agate seed where you save and quit from a dark world spot and end up on the pyramid. All right. Cine gonna do. Okay. This. Yeah, CrossKeese hasn't seen the rest of what's at Zora area. I think it's just gonna be the waterfall ferry for them, I believe.
Yeah. Ball. I think Top Life did Zora already.
Yeah, that's correct. All right.
Do you think Talmira is going to do Skullwoods first or Thieves Town?
I like doing Skullwoods first, honestly, because you can just walk straight up. Nielsen and Alex could do Thieves Town. In the end, it doesn't really matter. One of them should, you expect one of them to do each. But yeah, like when you without the mitts to be able to just pick up the big rock, it's so much slower to get back to Village of Outcasts. And it looks like he's gonna go to the back first. Also like that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, two hearts has to be a little bit careful. The Mothula is not a easy fight with low hearts.
Yeah, can't take a hit right now from Moth. Could take one fireball hit. Now, granted, there are heart pots on the way, so should be better equipped by the time he gets there. And it's just gonna death warp here, get some of that health back. I like it.
Yeah, get some life back. That's smart. So I know we just checked Cave 45, but I didn't catch what was on it. I'm assuming it was a bus.
Yeah, it sounds like. I mean, I don't see anyone again. Chat not saying anything, so okay. So swamp play without hookshot for Nielsen Alex is
interesting.
I don't think you'd ever see this in a non-co-op situation.
Yeah, this is for the memes for sure.
Like it does give a pretty decent coverage for their team, and if the hookshot were just decide to be here, that would be pretty big.
That must be an awful place for your hookshot.
Oh, it's a terrible place for your hookshot. Or if Mitts were here and hookshot were behind Mitts, so there's definitely some upside to doing this play, but on the other hand, you have dungeons you can just finish. Meanwhile, Cine in Thieves Town. Looks like we haven't gotten much there yet. And Top Life headed over to Village, so probably gonna do Skullwoods. I'm gonna activate that flute first. And yeah, Spec Bonkers has not done East Death Mountain yet, so doesn't have the flute yet. Right now, the flute isn't going to open anything because we don't have mitts for the mire area. But boy, it does save time to have that.
Oh, that moth.
Apparently, we had mitts.
Out in the top right,
Mitsing,
top left corner there at the end.
Mitsing King's Tomb. Okay. That's pretty big. I mean, it's possible that Tumran. I apologize. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right. Is probably gonna head over. Could head over to do the North Darkworld stuff, but could head over to Thieves Town as well.
Yeah. It's interesting. I'm not sure where they would go, but now would be the time to do the north checks, I would think. Especially now that they picked up their cape. I know their cape found at some point.
I don't know. All right. Still
because
haven't found
if they have it, yeah, I was gonna say if they have it, they could also rope in the bumper ledge as well.
I mean, they could check the bumper ledge regardless. If it's something and you don't have the cape, that's kind of not great. Heart container in Skull Woods. Sure looks like we have the worst key layout for Skull Woods you can have if you do the back first. And it gets worse because it looks like we have to open up the big chest with the big key from the pinball room. Ah, there's that cape. And left side swamp has nothing, it looks like. No, we aren't mirroring yet. Oh, we did the right check first. Top life in desert. Yeah, because, you know, with the mitts, you want to know the Mire medallion, then you can just mirror and do desert. This makes a lot of sense. We didn't get anything in Thieves Town either. Alright, last check in Swamp House. Last chance for this to pay off. And we like a boomerang, but, like, that's not what you're looking for. Alright, we're gonna see the mirror. We're going to see King's Tomb over here on Spec Bonkers side, so they are going to get those mitts. Chat saying Eastern Palace is a pendant. Yeah, in these all dungeon seeds, it's not as common. It's not uncommon for the runners just not bother to check their maps since they have to just do all the dungeons anyway. Alright, Nielsen Alex about to get the flute. And yeah, mitts and flute. Although, well, not quite at the same time. Nielsen Alex needs to get over to the east side, and that's where he's headed. Oh gosh. Chat's right. Yeah. Boat, we have Pendant Pod and Pendant Easter. We could have our bows in GT. That is a thing.
That would be gross.
I mean, it's better than I mean, I've seen Ice Rod at the Moldorm 2 chest, which is about as bad as it gets, so it could be worse. But yeah, it's certainly not what you're hoping for if you're these runners. But in co-op, I could definitely see one of the runners, just rushing the GT checks if we're get to the point where we're just in bow mode. Also, I imagine Top Life checked the Meyer medallion requirement. Did anybody see what that was? Alright, we do have our runners kind of retracing. Oh, Meyer wasn't checked. Okay. That surprises me. Meanwhile, Top Life gonna do some Smith. Oh, yeah, gonna mirror grab the flippers, and then turn the Smith in.
Yeah, good little bit of knowledge there.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that mirror portal ended up at a spot where you can't not bonk if you get into it. So we're just gonna have to turn in the Smith and go back in the duck roll for the purple chest if that is what Top Life chooses to do. Let's see if the Smith has anything for us today. He just has a little piece of heart. Not what you're hoping to find.
Right, with our mushroom turn in, we have bombs. We're going to go ahead and buy a blue potion. Not a bad choice for Top Life. Top Life has been very fortunate with hearts. I know we've seen a lot of pizza hearts in this game.
Yeah.
They seem to be pretty healthy.
Yeah, it's the pieces that really get you in these co-op seeds, because what will happen is one person will find a bunch of pieces of heart and we'll get a ton of hearts off of those pieces, and then the other one will not, because they'll be like, well, it's just a piece of heart. You don't need that. Because you don't. Meantime, tell me I'm gonna finish up Thieves Town. I believe. Help us out. We let's see. Our poor tracker, brand new. All by yourself. If anybody, I'm forgetting who's done what dungeon at this point.
Yeah, so I know that on CrossKeese we've done Desert Palace, we've done Tower of Terra, and Skullwoods. We've definitely done Skullwoods on Spec Rock's side.
Yeah, but then they've not done all the... Okay, Quake for Meyer. So we got that. We don't have to search for the Quake medallion, which is nice. Well, Telmar's just gonna finish up Thieves Town, and I want to say he's the one that did Skullwoods on that side, but I wouldn't swear to it. I forget which one on that side has already done Hera. Top Life could head into Ice Palace. Caneless Ice. Caneless Hookless Ice. Ugh. absolutely hate caneless hookless ice.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, Tracy. Which is your least favorite dungeon in this game?
Skullwoods.
Skullwood. I'd say Skullwood's my favorite. Interesting.
I mean, part of it is the vanilla, you know, like the intended route. I feel
Yeah.
like they did a really neat thing with the drop downs, and then you don't actually need any of the drop downs. Oh, that's so bad. Soon I just picked up the cane, and Drop Life is in Ice Palace.
Oh no. Well. Uh,
He's gonna keep going. This
yeah.
is a really awful Ice Palace too, because he didn't get a small key. Doesn't have
Yeah.
the cane. Doesn't have the hook shot. So
Basically nothing but heart.
yeah, none of the good
Sine's
things.
gonna
Yeah.
Sine's gonna go into Turtle Rock as well.
I
With
would
that
honestly
cane.
consider just go get that cane. You know? Like hookless, caneless ice is like the worst. Yeah, and chat, correct. We're a hook shot away from a GT no mode. I forget where Quake was though. We got our 2 medallions pretty early though.
This is where you really miss the hook shot.
Oh yeah, I mean, well at this point you have a few choices. You could do there's a series of bomb jumps you can do in the hookshot room, in this dungeon. Or you'll get some small keys over here on the left side to be able to just open up the door. And it looks like Top Life is going to go to the left and hope to get some small keys to make it better. We don't have the big key yet, so we can't open up the big chest. You know, I feel like Top Life was doing... Oh, are we just... Yeah, we're just gonna beat... Okay. You know, I kind of... This is a little bit dangerous in the sense that Top Life might have to come back. But Cine is going to come back here with Kane of Samaria and just be able to full clear. So I think given how bad this Ice Palace layout is, and given how bad it is to try and do this without Hookshot or Kane to Samario in anything that's not Go mode, which it wouldn't be if you don't have Hookshot or Kane to Samaria, I think I like this choice.
Yeah, with the co-op play, you get to see some riskier routing for sure.
Yep.
This Colster fight is not easy with
out of magic.
As few hearts as possible. Yes.
He doesn't want to use the blue. Okay, it's good. Well, we are seeing Turtle Rock from 2 of our runners. Yeah, like I wonder if Top Life would have. Yeah, I don't know that Top Life Gomo's Ice Palace like that if Kane hadn't shown up for Sinhei. I mean, at least this is a full clearable Turtle Rock. Everybody is on Master Sword, so the Helma... That's not the Helma. The Trinex fight is... you're probably going to use Hammer instead of the... instead of the Master Sword, but
Yeah, unless we find something on Laser Bridge.
Yeah, I mean, Laser Bridge could have a
But,
sword.
but most likely the two swords are sitting right beside the two bows in GT. And it looks like we're going to have all of our runners in Turtle Rock at the same time. Interesting. Okay, so our laser bridge, we have $5. We have, there's our Bombos medallion. That's a nice to have, but we don't need it. Another piece of heart.
For Cine, could use it in Ice Palace, save a little magic, and a hook
And
shot.
a hook shot. So definitely glad we came here. That hook shot is...
That's GT
good.
mode.
There we go.
Yeah, 3 runners in Turtle Rock all at once, and Top Life going to be in there shortly, it looks like. And it looks like the only thing Top Life might have missed in Ice Palace... Okay, we still need bows. So, Cine is probably still going to full clear ice when he gets there.
Yeah, absolutely. I would imagine, though, that Cine would go do Meyer first before doing Ice, though. To get a little bit of new knowledge, and then probably rope in Desert Palace at the same time. Or Swamp Palace. One of those 2 plays.
Yeah, I could see either one of those. CrossKeese hasn't seen Swamp at all. We did see a dive into Swamp on the Spec Rock Bonkers side unfortunately, for nothing.
But first they're going to do all the hook shot checks here.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. You do this now, and yeah, depending on what's in your bottle, you could route in Spike Cave, but we don't have enough hearts to survive without anything, and I don't know if Cine has picked up that cape yet. I'm guessing not.
Yep, they have it in their inventory.
Okay, well then we have a cape, and yeah, we could absolutely do it.
But we're not going to.
We're not going to. That's fine, too.
That's fine. Spike Cave is the perpetual orphan of this. The official orphan of A Link to the Past Randomizer.
Alright, in the meantime, looks like... Okay, we're gonna get the laser bridge information, gonna do the... Okay, so... Beckrock Bonkers now know about their hookshot and the bombos.
Okay, Cine's unlocking their flute. I'm suspecting they're going to go to the Mire. That's my prediction.
Yeah, we're gonna turn in Green Pendant first. Alright, yeah, Cena is just gonna go ahead and do Ice Palace, and we'll probably see the rest of the items that Top Life missed here. The only thing really significant is a bow, potentially. A sword, also potentially significant. And Top Life not even gonna bother with the bombos. Really doesn't does less for him even, because having already beaten Ice Palace. And Vanilla Big Key as well on Ice Palace.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's not, if you're clearing this, if you're full clearing this without Hook or Cane, that's a terrible, terrible location for that. Nielsen Alex also going to head over to Ice Palace for their their team's first look in that. Oh, and there was a sword in Ice Palace, it looks like. So that's a little unfortunate for CrossKeese. Top Life, Baby just goes without it. That is a much slower Ganon fight, especially if we don't find silvers. There is another sword out there somewhere, so... I believe we're going to see Tempered in a second. It was in Ice Palace, in one of the two remaining right side. We saw the big key's vanilla, but one of the other two right side checks is going to be the Tempered sword. And we'll see Spike Cave from Telmarin.
Yeah, there we go. That was a nice Colster fight.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, Top Life is gonna head into Swamp Palace here.
I mean, there's always a sword in Swamp, right? So we'll just get his sword there.
Yeah, just
kidding, of course. But yeah.
It's in the left side. In the left side.
Well, we've seen the left side. There's nothing on the left side. But yeah. It does like to do that. So it looks like the spike room where the U-shaped room of Ice Palace had that sword. I don't think there's anything in this big chest. Oh, there is something in the big chest. Okay, but it's just bombs. Top Life has to grab the Quake before he can go to Mire. And actually, yeah, because he was the one that needed the quake, it made a lot of sense for him to just go ahead and do Swamp here. And send Cine over to Misery Mire.
Yeah, some clever routing for sure. Absolutely. There's their half magic.
Ah, I didn't see that on Nielsen Alex's side, but he does have half magic, so. Yep, think Telmoran wants to have that sword. Yeah, and Structural Mike and Jack asking a really good question. I don't even think it's a question. Yeah, it's not even just mimic clipping GT if they don't get a bow there. It's also, so you could still because you could look for the bow after. Nobody mimic clip pod though, so I'm guessing we're not gonna see any mimic clipping of GT. But yeah, we are running out of places where the bow could be that is not GT between our runners. Oh, tell more. Okay, never mind. We have one person that mimic clipped. So it's gonna be, I think, yeah, it's gonna be 3 items to go back in for top life, or at least 2. I don't know if you got both map and compass. We do know there are 2 items on the left side. We know there are 2 not good items.
And we haven't seen the big cheese.
Yeah, we just saw the big key
key
on top life.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of items left in left side swamp for top life. So I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back in.
Yeah, and it'll be new information for us, is what I was going to say.
Yep. Cat asking what if both bows are in GT. I mean, if they're in the GT basement, that's fine. One bow in GT would have to be. Obviously, you can't have both bows on the climb because you need the bow to get up there. Yeah. I mean, that's possible. Both could be behind Ice Armos. We don't get to see in non-CrossKeese, in non-entrance modes. We don't often get to see a non-bow Ice Armos. Only one of our runners seems to have grabbed the blue cane, although we might have missed that. That is a really good weapon for the Ice Armos if you don't have a bow. But yeah, if I have a Mimic Clipper on my team, I have that person get to GT as quickly as possible. Ooh, Nielsen!
Ooh, oh no.
Fairy!
We have a
Has a
fairy.
fairy!
That's
We're good! We're good! We're good!
That's good. That's a long walk back.
See, I'm telling you, I never get fairy revives when I want them. I only get them when I want a death warp.
No. Nielsen hasn't been to Swamp Palace. Or not Swamp Palace, Skull Woods. So he doesn't have his cape.
Right, yeah. The cape makes this fight really free if you want to use it that way. It's kind of a slow fight with Tempered to just do a lot of slashes, but it's completely safe. It's actually a really fast fight with Cold Sword, though.
So thinking of non-GT locations of where this bow could be, we haven't seen
Purple chest.
I was gonna say we haven't seen purple chest. We haven't seen magic bat or the powder where the powder is.
Well, we do have a mushroom on top left side, so theoretically you could do some
shenanigans.
Yeah, I don't know if he's turned that in yet. But yeah, we're running out of places.
Yeah, without that book, I mean the tablets are out. There's really not a lot of places. Not a lot.
I'm sure. Left. Yeah, I'm gonna be chat for a second and say book in GT for 2 bows. Like that would be awful. Please don't do that, Seed. Don't actually do that. And CrossKeese are basically switching places. Spec Rock Bonkers gonna both be in Swamp Palace shortly. See the suggestion of Bombo's tablet and bow and GT climb. Change that to Ether tablet is actually not that bad. Because if you get a book in GT, in the GT basement, you're just right there to check Ether tablet. But yeah, if it's Bombo's, you know, yep, that's pretty awful.
Yeah, we definitely do not want to see this book.
Late books are the worst. Yeah, everyone wants their half magic, and I don't blame them. It's one of the best luxury items in the game. Alright, I imagine Top Life is going to go clean up Skullwoods and Thieves Town. So that he can get into GT. Cine will be able to get into GT right after he finishes Swamp Palace.
That's right, we're almost up to a guessing game. And then on Spec Rock side, there's some cleaning up to do. Alex hasn't really done as many dungeons as anyone else, it looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit behind where Top Life is. Top Life has to do Skullwoods and Thieves Town. It has to also do Hera, but Hera will be blink and you miss it when you have Hera Pot, and you don't have to get any items. By the way, love the Yoshi sprite. Love the egg.
So funny.
Yep. And Top Life, without that Tempered Sword out of Ice Palace, has very little luxury. Like the cape, and the bottles are the things he has for so-called luxury items. No Tempered Sword, no silvers, no. So that's gonna be a tough Ganon fight for him. The cape does make the fight with the Master Sword a lot better if you choose to use it.
True, you have to be mindful of your magic consumption, though.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, half magic or a bottle is pretty crucial.
Yeah.
With a Master Sword fight, without silvers, because you have exactly enough magic if you get all triples to finish the fight. And
yeah,
I only know a handful of people that can really do that. So,
we're about to take a look at Ganon's Tower, I think.
Yeah, sure looks that way.
Yep.
So, I mean, you can guess your numbers in chat as we always do for the big key, but also, how about where is the bow?
Where's that bow?
Where is there a bow in GT, and if so, where is it?
So if you're in this situation, Tracy, you pull the big key. I don't know. Check 3. Do you continue on
Oh yeah.
looking for that bow? Yeah.
Looking for. Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, the bow can't be on the. I mean, okay. This is why I don't like progressive bows, because the bow there can be a bow on the climb. In fact, it's not even that. Wouldn't be that strange that there'd be a bow on the climb. But that's 4 checks versus the rest of the basement. I think you got to continue on in the basement. The interesting part is your big key routing, because one of the locations that could have the bow is the big chest. So when you're clearing the basement, you hope that you get that GT big key early enough that you're not skipping the big chest when you get to the back there.
Yeah. Check you never see.
Not in regular modes.
Normally, yeah.
Not in non-entrance modes. Yeah, the only time I've ever opened the big chest, I think, is looking for a sword. I don't think I've ever had to look for an item there. I mean, you see it like in all dungeons though. It can become a thing.
Right.
Okay, we're logically boots locked, but who cares? With that small key sitting on the torch. We have ammo for the bow, because we need that. Fortunately, we might miss some of this.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Is your screen frozen as well?
Yeah, and it is frozen on the restream too.
Oh no.
No bow yet. We're hearing from Homemade Beer stepping in to help out with the tracking. Thank you very much, Homemade Beer. Much better with 2 people on these 4-person screens. I think someone just dropped into Moth. Because I can hear the sound.
Oh, it was a quick fight, sounds like.
Yeah, Homemade Beer, also one of our SG volunteer types. So huge shout outs to him. He looks like he's gonna fix things for us.
Well, we can know that Top Life, after beating Moth, is gonna head up to Tower of Hera.
Most likely.
And that's exactly what Tamara is going to do as well after completing Desert.
Okay. So I just pulled up. Oh, still looking in the basement. All right, looks like we're back.
Yeah, we found a sword in Ganon, so that's good.
Yeah, that's really good. That's especially good for Top Life. Also, let's see. I have seen a stream up right now, so I don't know if I want to say it until I know we're not. Okay, no, I'm not going to say it now, but you're going to see something in just a second. That.
Oof.
And here it is. Book in the big chest. And we still haven't found a bow. Yeah, I see what you just put in chat. That's just mean. Book to powder to bow, silvers on ped. I mean, if silvers are on ped, we're just not getting them.
We're not getting them, no. But that's how the seed feels to me. I'm assuming that Sine is doing his Armos fight.
Yeah,
Was that what? That's what we heard.
Yep, that was an Armos fight, a bolus Armos fight. Which again, you don't see that in normal non-entrance modes very often. And apologies, no idea where the big key was. Other than it wasn't in Stalfos' room and it wasn't behind the Armos Knights. And Ether Tablet was just checked. It is not there. I will basically call off of this. We know it's not Spike Cave. That is where Sine is going now. And I believe we're using topless audio. I hear the GT opening. Do we have a ferry? Yeah, we have a ferry. Okay. Yeah, so for those of you, that might consider Spike Cave, you need 14 hearts to do Spike Cave without any kind of protection items. A ferry will let you do it in less. I think 7 hearts is enough because you get extra iframes from the actual ferry revive. But yeah, no mimic clip for Cine. This is gonna be Bombo's tablet now. And I'm guessing Top Life's just gonna go ahead and pick up that big key. And maybe pick up the book. Let's see if Cine can get that information fast enough.
I was gonna say bolting over there to find out if it's worth it or not.
Right, and Top Life absolutely is gonna pick up that sword, and in GT as well because he needs it. All right, Bombo's tab.
It is. Feel bad for that vulture every time. Piece of heart. The vulture is just doing its thing.
All right, are we back? Yeah, looks like we have Cena having either about to check or not, or having checked the Bombo's tablet, but it was nothing.
Yep.
I think we're going Pyramid Fairy now.
We're gonna yeah. Also,
Interesting. Oh, apparently Top Life is climbing. So Top Life must have the Mimic Clip ability. Yep. Yep. Unfortunately, picks up the book right as we find out it's completely useless.
We're back. All right, perfect. Thank you, Homemade Beer.
Yeah, huge shout outs for Homemade Beer for getting things working again. Oh, apparently T Sigma helped too. So huge shout outs to T Sigma. One of the SpeedGaming staff that does a lot of things behind the scenes and really doesn't get enough credit for all the things he does. Powder at. Oh darn, I'm ahead. I need to not call the stuff that I'm seeing on CNA stream, but I think you could guess what's coming up. Meanwhile, Spec Rock Bonkers in the Armos Knights at the same time.
Yeah, neither with a bow. Again, it makes it such a different fight without that bow.
Oh, sure does. All right, now we're gonna see on Sune's side. Hey, look, it's powder.
Well, now we know what their next check is going to be.
It sure is. I don't know. I think. I mean, you might. Like, I don't think anyone on CrossKeese has done any Smith chain stuff, so you might actually just run that as part of the Smith chain. But no, Sine says nope. I just want to know if this powder is the answer.
Yeah,
Not too much. Yeah, if it's Smith's, if it's purple chest or something, then you're not losing that much time doing it this way.
So here's something to think about. If this powder is the bow, that means we could have saved Scummed and got our bow way earlier.
Yeah. Well, I don't know who all has the mushroom or where it was, but yeah. Red mail. I mean, gives Sine some really pretty pink.
Okay, so the Smith chain is basically what's left.
We know it's not the Smith itself.
Yeah,
but I think it's the purple chest. We didn't, because when I forget which of the Spec Rock Bonkers did the Smith, but when they did it, it was
they had the mirror issue where
they went to get their flippers and the mirror portal was in a bad spot, so we only got to see the Smith turn in. I don't think we saw hammer pegs, and I know we didn't see purple chest. Oh, it was a top life. Okay, so it was. No, don't go back into the swamp. That's not the answer. CrossKeese never did left side swamp, or maybe they did left side and didn't do the big chest. Actually, I'm not sure we've seen the big chest.
We haven't seen the big chest yet.
Because we saw left side swamp early, because someone on Spec Rock went in without the hook shot. I'm just gonna put CrossKeese just at this point is just gonna be a little bit ahead because they've done more overworld checks. Top Life is climbing GT. I mean, I like the way they just ended up doing this. Like one player, I don't know if they both kill Mimic Club and it's like, well, let's just have one of us Mimic Club and the other one look for the bow, or if it's the Top Life is the only one of the two that can do it, and just so you get the benefit of. While you're climbing, your teammate can be searching, and then when you're done climbing, you just go get the bow while your teammate does the climb. It is not Swamp Big Chest, but yeah, Sine doesn't know what's on left side, so it's going to do that now.
All right, and Telemiran's heading back into Misery Mire. Did we miss a check in Misery Mire?
Maybe. And there still could be the silvers, essentially, up here. Well, so far, no. We have one last chance for silvers in GT. I mean, if there's a spot that was missed in Mire, it's going to be cutscene chest. It's not. There is not a bow in GT at all. Wow. I don't know if CrossKeese did this check that Telmoran's doing right now. Like, not just no bow in the basement, just no bow anywhere in GT. Yeah, Nielsen Alex heading towards the Smith chain. Yeah, this could be pretty big.
I mean, there's maybe Rando forgot to put the bow in this game.
Funny you say that. It is when I did the mentor, yeah.
Mr. Rando himself.
When I did a mentor tournament race, that was the mentor, and Sahabot was down, so we didn't get a Sahabot rolled seed. Oh boy, it is Misery Mire. No one cleared Misery Mire. It wasn't even a bad spot.
Wow.
It wasn't even a bad spot.
Wow.
How do you... Like, I could see skipping cutscene chess. How do you skip the rest of it? Cine's about to get it. Yeah, they're both about to get it.
This would be a great interview question because I'm going to assume that on both teams, at that point, they assumed that something had to be in GT.
Yeah, they were just rushing GT. I mean, now look, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to not full clear Meyer. I mean, cutscene chess is slow, and the odds are pretty darn good that a bow is in GT. But man, in especially in co-op, I would just do it. Okay, why we gotta find the other bow in the purple chest? Nielsen Alex is gonna find out. I'm a little surprised. But yeah, both runners on CrossKeese in Misery Mire. Oh, but the switch is in the wrong direction for Top Life.
Is it the last location for keys? It's definitely one of the last ones for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm not sure how much. I'm not sure they ever got to purple chest, to be honest. All right, as Cine finishes up the cutscene, Top Life is gonna find the bow.
They got their bows simultaneously.
But yeah, I mean, there was so much going on. I completely missed that nobody full cleared Misery Mire. Oh, was there one in cutscene chest? They were both in Mire? Oh my god.
Wait, those were two different bows that they pulled at the same time?
Well, apparently I missed the one in cutscene chest, but apparently there was one there. But there was also a bow in um the chest in the room next to the big chest. And they both got bows at the
Wow.
same time in those two different locations. Wow. That is... Yeah.
That means they all, Homemade Beer was pointing out, that means they all could have done Silver Biddy.
They sure could have. Now, granted, if you get one of the bows in Mire, you're now in go mode, and you probably don't get the second one, but still. The fact that all our runners go moded Mire, like in co-op, I would have had somebody do it. Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not great at remembering this sort of stuff, Tracy. But Meyer only has 2 items.
Mire only has 2 items, and they were both bows. Yeah, I agree with the chat statement. Everyone knows God Mire means you're not in go mode, right? Right?
So, just because I don't know if I remembered, did anyone on CrossKeys do the climb? Top Life did the climb again in
Yes.
Tower. We've
Yes.
done Ega 1. So after
Don't have to do no AGA ones.
Yep. after Pod and Eastern Palace, Top Life can go straight to Ganon.
Yep.
Cine does have to do the climb. On Spec Rock Bonkers,
They both have to climb.
They both have to climb.
Yep.
So that's a good advantage for CrossKeese at this moment.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. It's CrossKeese, and I keep hearing CrossKeese, and it's like, oh yeah, that's the team name. That's pretty funny.
It's a much better fight with a bow and arrow.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, it wasn't even a small key on the right side of Pod. It was a heart container in the big key. So all 4 small keys, all 4 available chests had small keys, which means the only thing bow locked are the things directly behind the bow in Pod. Which makes sense, because we had to get stuff out of Pod early. We had to get a hammer out of there. We had to get a
Fire rod.
fire rod, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty well hard required double dip of Pod here. Yep, that's right. Ganon's gonna say, "Did you find the silver arrows in Misery Mire?" Where was the big key mire? I'm pretty certain it was in one of the first 2 chests. I missed it though. It was the spike chest. Okay. Meanwhile, we got some pods being finished. We have an Eastern being finished.
Yep.
And a bunch of people headed towards GT.
Yeah, Telemiran's on their climb. Sinhei's going to do their climb. This is going to be a close race.
I mean, the difference in the end is the fact that Top Life went ahead and climbed and did the mimic clip and allowed Cine to go search out those bows. It's gonna work out really well here. Right now, yeah, I mean, with Top Life about to head to Ganon as soon as this Helmasaur fight is done.
So Top Life is going to be the first one in Ganon, but
Yes.
The way the scoring works is the average.
It is the average. So what needs to happen for Spec Rock Bonkers is Nielsen Alex needs to finish ahead of Cine for their team to have a shot. And right now he's behind. So because the only way the average time actually matters is if one team finishes 1-4 and the other finishes 2-3.
That's right.
So yeah, so Cine at this point has to make a mistake. But at one point, it was looking like CrossKeese was way ahead, and with the way the bow worked out, you know, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's like if either one of the Spec Rock Bonkers had not go moded Misery Mire, this is definitely a different outcome. Never did see where the big key was because that's when we were having our technical difficulties. But it seems like it was relatively early since they were able to open the big chest. Big key was in Hope Room left. Okay. So, like, that's a whole basement that you don't even need to do if...
Wow. Yeah, that would have saved so much time. Incredible.
But, you know, we could say the same thing about CrossKeese. If either one of them had not go mode Misery Mire, then, I mean, they would be long done. Did you find the silvers in Misery Miner? Nope. And, of course, 1 in 4 chance that Ganon doesn't go anywhere on that first warp, in which case you can't get the early spin-off. I mean, it's, yeah, the Spec Rock Bonkers, I don't think, found the cutscene bow. So they're just gonna laugh at finding out that the other item there was the second bow. But yeah, CrossKeese knew. They found different bows. Oh, chat saying that yeah, Casina is doesn't have usable audio, so you probably can hear the voices there. They didn't realize that their bows were different. That's pretty crazy. All right, top light finishing up with an official race time of 1:36:41. Our first run of our 4 runners to finish. All right, we're on our second player into the Ganon fight. Two Hearts has to be careful. Probably, I believe, has a blue potion.
I would hope so. Especially...
Might as well just use that cape up and
Yeah.
go ahead and, if you have a blue potion, just go ahead and use that cape, and then you can just refill everything. Lamp at the ready for the torch glitch.
Did Cine take a fall on Moldorm?
I don't know. I was watching the Ganon fight.
I think they did.
Oof. It happens. Fortunately, in this race, not going to be the difference maker. As Nielsen Alex just barely passed the Mimics in GT. Oh. Do we have a ferry? We have a ferry. We're good. It's fine. Everything's fine.
This whole thing has been perfect.
Yeah, no one made any mistakes, you know. You know how it is in Rando. None of us ever make mistakes in Rando. If you believe that, I have some land to sell you somewhere. All right, Telmoran finishing up with an official race time of 1:39:45. As Cine starts the Ganon fight. Sine into the Ganon fight now. Already in phase 3. And Pad was our ammo for our bow.
Yeah, there was one check that was never going to get checked in this game with the way things are laid out.
I mean, silvers could have been there, but you're never getting them there, so. And booking GT means you're not checking it. All right, C-Day finishes up Ganon, and we'll finish with an official race time of 1:41:35.
All right, so that makes our CrossKeese winner.
All right, so both teams had 3
Okay.
points split for the first week. All right, and we welcome in Top Life, and I'm sorry, I may even pronounce this wrong the entire race. Telmaran?
Yeah, that's good enough.
GG's to both of you. Godmire, anyone? Oh my god.
What other odds?
That was the bow and mire was unexpected. With so much going on, I don't think any of us realized that you all and we were having some technical difficulties throughout the stream as well. I don't think any of us realized that no one checked items in mire.
Why would we? We have a full GT.
Yeah, I want to correct you, Tracy, before our runners get started. You said bow and mire. What you meant to say is bows.
Yeah,
mire.
okay, fair enough. Bows and mire.
Both of them being there was pretty hilarious, actually.
It's like thinking about it because we messed up the describing which chest was which chest in mire. So we were just thinking, is the last bow on pedestal? Is that really the thing?
Yeah, well, you both got your bows in different places at pretty much the exact same time. So it was quite amusing. Now, Top Life, I gotta ask you. Let's see, you climbed without the bow. Mimic clip being doable. Sinhei did not. Are you the mimic clipper of the team, or is it just you want to divide the checks?
Well, Sinne hasn't practiced it. It sounded like. So I probably could have guided him through it, but it's probably not worth it. We still have Spec check, left, so I kind of expected him, and then they said he had checked both pedestals, and I'm okay, yeah.
I mean, the book show we were sure it was going to be the book, right?
Yeah, I just assumed that he wasn't that knowledgeable about the mimic clip at that point.
Now, Telmaran, yeah, go ahead.
No, that's also why I didn't really bother that much to be aggressive following Sinne, even though half of GT was already cleared at that point. Because I could just mimic clip if it wasn't there.
Right, that makes a lot of sense. Now, Telmaran, neither of you climb GT. Do you all mimic clip?
I do it. I'm not good at it. I use the buffer strat, so when we didn't find the bow, I was like, nah. It's gonna take probably time to to do it and try and
Mhm.
get it right and everything. So I decided
Yeah.
to
If you
just
can't
skip
do it
this one.
fast, it makes
Yeah.
sense because you still need the bow. This wasn't a seed where you could just skip it.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
we did have Nielsen Alex. Oh wait, yeah, we do have Nielsen Alex. Just needs to unmute. GG's to you too. Also, we should point out he finishes with an official race time of 1:45:06. So GG's to everyone.
GG's.
GG.
Yeah, I mean that. As he kind of threw a little. It wasn't even just the bows. Like the big. I mean, Kakariko.
This whole scene was cursed. That's what I choose to believe here.
That Kakariko had nothing. I'm like, this is actually a scene where you could cack skip. It was nothing there. Then I guess that we had flippers in the library was the closest thing to a Kakariko item. I don't think I've ever seen so little in that area. There's always something, even if it's just like, a medallion or something. That was absolutely crazy early on. Like the progression wasn't there. It was clearly an Agaseed where you had to go to the back of Escape the long way to get your Moon Pearl and I believe the second sword. And I mean that's when you're happy it's all dungeons. It's like, well, I'm gonna have to kill Ag at some point anyway. Let's just do it now.
It's the strangest feeling to it. I'm like, yeah, it is an Agaseed, but what are we supposed to do in Dark World?
Right, you had nothing. I mean, the glove opened up catfish, but the pod turns out to have a 4-key front, so nothing's bola.
6 key in logic.
That was just bizarre. And then eventually, I at some point there was the mention of the bows could just be in GT. Whoever wants to talk about the decision to just, I mean, because you both teams did it, just go mode Meyer and just rush GT.
Yeah, like I can see a slight thing to not do it in co-op, just to get the other one time enough to signal clear GT, to make that as efficient as possible. But still, GT is just way too likely in a double pen bow lock stuff. So
Yep.
Every sign points towards GT.
Yeah, I think we said the same. I wanted to rush GT, but we were pretty close. So Nilsson was actually asking if we should do Meyer, and I was like, nah, I don't think we should. Like, I don't think it's gonna be anything there. And then when it was God Meyer, we both just said, nah, just do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes sense. All right. Well, it looks like we're not gonna be able to talk much longer. The next race, there's another race coming up on this channel. So you guys, we'll wrap it up with this. You guys went 1-1. How are you all feeling about the start to the league season?
More than happy, I think, compared to last season. Since we lost both of the beginning of the first 2 races. So definitely feels a lot better. So yeah, it feels a lot better.
I can't complain with a 1-on-1. It's as long as I have fun, which I have had at both races. So.
I mean, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, there's so much more league left too.
Indeed.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna have to let you go at this point. There is another race coming up in 10 minutes. It's probably already started. Right here on this channel, the last location years versus the Farm Friends. That'll be Scottish Brave and Zen Arcane versus Tabby Cat, Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna. Right now, going over on SpeedGaming 2, we have the Pugs versus the Rando Kids. That's Dante and Andy versus John Snoo and Vextifer. And right after they finish, also on SpeedGaming 2, we have 310, To Infinity and Pagog versus the Salt Miners, Relkin and Humbug versus Telethar and Ganon's Gone Wild. And let's see, we have couple more races on the schedule at 4 o'clock. Looks like just stay on SpeedGaming 5. At 4 o'clock, we have the Spoilers versus Be Gone Pot, Zelga and Dr. Martio versus Don Veneer and Slumberjack. And then follow that at 6 o'clock. We have the Pugs again versus the Rando Kids. That'll be Dante and Andy again versus Jon Snoo and Mr. Aaron Snurd. And at 5 o'clock over on Speed Gaming 2, so you could stay there for a while as well. We have Amish Paradise versus Leftovers Restocked. That'll be Dapper Warman and Zeronix versus Chimo and Mystic. And then, keep an eye out on the schedule after that. I think that's it for today and for week 1. But races are already on the schedule for Monday, so keep an eye on the schedule for Monday races. But yeah. Bryce Aerotops, it was a pleasure calling the race with you.
Yeah, thank you. This was a lot of fun. Thank you to Crown Ether as well, and Homemade Beer, and to all our runners. Glad to put this one behind us. This was a wild ride.
Yeah, and also going to shout out T Sigma for helping us out with the technical difficulties, and of course, our trackers. Crown Ether doing a great job on her first time, and Homemade Beer lending a hand with the assist. Yeah, that'll do it for us. Stay tuned for the next race, and we'll see you there.